I'm coming to you live in Mississippi. We are in the middle of nowhere. What city are we in, Brian?
McLain, Mississippi.
We're in the town of McLean, Mississippi. So if you're asking me, Troy, can you flip properties in rural areas? I tell my students all the time, yeah, I do it all the time. So we're gonna walk you through the house. I'm gonna show you. Hey, Brian.
Yo.
How many acres we sitting on?
3.
Something I started doing early on. Maybe that's why we got some sort of an issue here. Is that just, is it because of that pond?
Huh, yeah.
Okay.
So this is an artesian well. He used to have it running out right there, so he had his own little creek.
What's an artesian well?
It just pumps on its own. It doesn't, there's so much pressure in the well or in the aquifer underground that you don't technically need a motor unless you want good water pressure.
Are we gonna put a house on it or just leave it out?
Just leave it out. We're this far along.
What do you think the population of this town is?
Hundreds.
Hundreds, right? We made a lot of money in these houses, probably more money on these houses than anybody else. So if you're in a rural area, why would this be a good area for someone to flip in?
This particular one's landlocked by state land. This is all state land all the way around, so there can't be any development. You won't have any neighbors.
Okay.
So that's one big, huge selling point to this one is you'll never have a neighbor back here. It's on its own road by itself.
So it's got its own road. Have I seen this one? I don't think I ever have.
Nope.
Another one I haven't seen.
Wasn't a whole lot other than there was paneling inside that had to come down. It needed a new roof.
So that probably was...
The roof was our biggest package.
We don't need expansion tanks out here. They're required in some areas. Do you know why you need an expansion tank?
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's stupid. If you're a plumber, break it down why you need an expansion tank, because you don't need them in every state.
Nope.
But you need them in Kansas City. Okay, so this is our laundry room. All right, so kitchen, you redid the whole kitchen. The layout looks probably, it was the same, I'm guessing?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, I always get this in my videos, you gotta scrape popcorn ceiling.
Never.
Yeah, do we make any money scraping that? Does anybody care?
Adds 5 days to your work if you try and scrape it all the way down.
So if you're wondering if you're flipping a property, do you need to scrape the popcorn? This goes out to my students too. Some of them do that. At the certain price point at certain areas, don't. It also soaks up the paint real nice. Mm-hmm. Now, who painted this house?
Me.
How do you paint it? Do you spray it?
Nope.
Why?
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. Let's talk about that. It's an important thing I think that everybody needs to understand. How long is it gonna take you to mask off everything?
It takes several hours to go around the windows, floors, and everything you don't want painted.
How long does it take you to paint this whole house?
A day. I can roll with the ceilings and the walls.
How many coats?
Just one.
Just one coat. So these windows look sharp, man. These original?
Original windows.
Why would we not want to replace these windows? We're flipping this house. We would get top dollar if we replace those windows, right?
We get top dollar without replacing the windows.
We get top dollar without replacing these windows. If we were gonna do something to make these windows nice, what would we do?
I did it. They look like shit.
No, but if we were gonna do something else.
Oh, the only other thing to do is spray paint them.
Spray paint them black.
Yep.
Right here, that'll make them look new. Nice windows, cleaned.
Yep, these were in good enough shape that I put that tin varnish on it and it stripped them down and made them party.
Cool.
Wire brushed it.
New front door. Where'd you get that ceiling fan?
Oh, this is a Home Depot $40 special.
Cool. How much are these doors right here?
120 a piece.
These look nice. How much are those door handles?
These are only 19 bucks per door knob.
So you rolled this whole thing in and out of this deal. Why didn't you get those nice blinds?
Why would I? We almost never put them in. The only reason I did put them in was the master bedroom. Some of the windows didn't come out perfect, so.
How much is a set of these blinds? It just depends on the length, obviously.
I spent $100 on all of the blinds for the house.
A whole $100. And we normally put no blinds in, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to put your blinds in. We would put blinds in a rental because Section 8 probably requires it.
Yeah, Section 8 requires it.
This looks good. This tile looks familiar.
Shower looks familiar.
Yep, everything looks familiar. Is this a new little thing you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So you buy these?
Amazon.
They got Amazon. It's a good little, I like that.
Yep, just recess into your grout lines. They just slide in there, you grout them in place and they're good.
So put all your shampoo, all your soap, water's not gonna stay in there, which is what most things do. It's a nice piece. So you just put it right in your grout line.
Mm-hmm.
Who did this tile work? It looks nice.
Me.
How long did that take you?
Half a day. This was a bonus room, dining room. I went ahead and threw the closet in it so that we could call it a bedroom if they wanted to.
Boom.
Make it a 4-2.
Why didn't you put the oven in there?
Because we don't need to unless the loan requires it.
Right. What could happen with the oven?
It walks away.
Yep.
Or you just wasting your money.
Where's the refrigerator? Don't we got to put a refrigerator for these people?
We don't buy refrigerators unless they pay for it in their loan.
Right. Could they ask for it?
They could ask for it.
What if we give it to them and they don't want it?
Well, then what we usually did was buy refrigerators, and then they'd say, you bought us a cheap fridge, and so we quit putting fridges in.
Don't put fridges in your flips. Don't put appliances in your flips unless you have to.
Unless it's a dishwasher or you've got to have some kind of vent over your stove, so.
Right. And here's the thing is, we can advertise it that we'll give you an appliance credit. We can advertise any sort of thing. You put all that stuff, it walks away. What happens? Now you're down $2,000 for putting that refrigerator in. If it's a loan requirement, you absolutely can put it in there, but beware, it can walk away.
Yep, we'll go see if the gator's out.
Oh yeah. Was this an old chicken coop right here?
What, shed? Nah, that's just tractor.
You got a deer stand out there too?
Yep, it came with a tree stand.
And this one has a gator in here?
This one has a gator in it.
All right, let's see what we can see. Yeah, we're having an issue right now. I want to give a shout out. If you're in the insurance business, we're having a little bit of an issue right here on this house. So they've told us that we need flood insurance. And I know sometimes that just pops up because of when you're pulling it. And I know I've dealt with this before, but if you're in the insurance industry, I'd love your opinion about what do I need to do to get that to go away?
Can it be reevaluated?
Yeah, can this property be reevaluated so we don't have to get flood insurance? I'm sure it can. It's been a while, but I know that there's a lot of smart people who are in insurance right now. And if we want to make sure that we don't have to pay for flood insurance, because that's going to raise the buyer's payment by a lot, and we don't want that. They don't want that. They want to buy the house. They don't want to have to pay for flood insurance. So what's the best way, all my insurance people, to get rid of that? Somebody dug this out, right?
Dug it and stocked it. It's full of fish.
Full of fish. And this gator lives in here?
Yep.
So what does he do during the day?
What gators do. He just chills. He just hangs out. Usually he'll sit right here in the sun, and that's about it. He hadn't done anything cool, and then it got cold when we were ready to get him out of here. See that water swirling right there? See it swinging on the back of. He's underneath there somewhere.
He won't come out?
Aye. He's pretty skittish. And he had to come from at least a mile to get in here.
So he
walked
walked
about 4 foot, 5 foot.
How many gators would you guess there's in Mississippi?
I don't know, thousands.
Can you hunt them? What's the deal with hunting gators in Mississippi?
You draw a permit. They've opened it up to where everybody can draw a permit if they get picked.
And what do you got to do? There was something you were telling me that you have to use.
You got to do a lot. You have to tape the mouth closed before you can kill it, which means you got to get it to the boat.
Why would you have to do that? That's stupid.
Because if you shoot it and he gets away, he's been trained that people are going to attack him, so he's going to attack them first. So then you've got.
Do you think that's a good rule?
Well, you don't want alligators that have been shot in the head hanging around where your kids are swimming, so.
All right, so normally gators are pretty friendly unless they've been shot in the head?
Well, not friendly, but if you shoot them in the head, then yeah, they're definitely going to carry.
All right, so let's break down the rules. If I want to kill a gator and I'm in Mississippi, we're going to be talking about killing a gator here pretty soon, right?
You have to hook it with a fishing pole. You can't use bait. You can't use treble hooks to cast out. You have to catch it on a pole. Get it to the boat, snares.
What kind of test line are you using on that?
What you would fish sharks with. Drag it to the boat. You got to get his head out of the water, close it, tape it, and then once it's taped up, then you can shoot it.
Okay.
But you got to use a specific weapon.
Have you got one before?
We've gotten one 9-footer, yeah.
How was that?
It was an hour and a half, 2 hours to try and get him off of the bottom of the water.
Because they'll just pull it down.
Yeah, he just stayed on the bottom until we ran out of juice.
How do they do it when you don't have to do all that? What's the best way to kill a gator?
Best way to kill it is to see it floating in the water, shoot it, and then go scoop it out. That's the safest. The worst thing you want to do is pull a live gator with a hook in his belly up to your boat and then tape his mouth shut.
That's what I'm saying,
and
man.
Then shoot him.
What's that?
Big old ant bed.
Let's
Fire ants.
Watch how quickly these suckers come out. They're everywhere out here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
So why do they make these little berms right here?
Because their nest is underground.
So how many ants do you think are in that ant hill?
100,000. It's probably as deep as it is high out of the ground.
And what are they doing? Just being ants?
You can see them moving their eggs. See all the little white specks moving around? That's their eggs.
Put them on your hand.
That. Something's been burrowing over here. This is new.
You guys get a lot of moles out here?
That's what this is.
That's a mole. Yeah, it looks like tunneling, right?
Yeah.
Because we would see fire ants the same way. Yeah, this is a mole. So I just learned something about moles. The best way to catch moles is you find the tunnel, and then once you find the tunnel, you can buy this stuff on Amazon or do your own pest control, and you put it like, or all they're popping out right here, all they're doing is looking for grubs in the yard. So you grab this little worm, it's like a toxic, it's poison, and it kills them. Because you could try the traps, but then you gotta make sure they go through those traps and then they get snapped. The surefire way, I've got molehills all over my yard. And so what I've been doing is trying multiple strategies. This is the best strategy. So it's like this little thing that you take it out of the plastic. You want to make sure you put gloves on your hands because moles can smell your pheromones or your hormones or whatever you got going on there, or your scent. You're gonna go through, you're gonna find the tunnel, you're gonna put your hand in the tunnel with your glove on, you put the worm down there, you pat it back down, you go find the next one, and then you eliminate them all. I learned that in Kansas City. I wouldn't have known how to do that in Vegas or anywhere else. What kind of fish do you think are in there?
It's got bass and brim.
Bass and brim, so you could literally pay no water bill. If you wanted to put solar panels out here, you could pretty much be off
You
the
can fill up this whole yard with panels. You don't even have to put them on the house.
This would be a nice place for anybody to live.
We had fun squirrel hunting out here one morning.
So this looks like a good house. What did we pay for this HVAC system?
Like 5 maybe.
So under $6,000 for this system. So let's ask a question. This is all for all my HVAC guys. What does this cost right now? This.
I don't know on those.
Okay. What's the furnace cost?
The supplies probably cost him $2,500.
So it's $1,000 for the furnace, and it's probably, depending on the tonnage, about $1,500 for this. So he's probably $2,500 plus. He's got his line set and everything else. So let's say, yeah, he's around $2,500. So that's every market everywhere. You know what guys will charge you?
Double it.
Oh no, that's a good price. He gave us a great price. I've got bids, guys charging me $10, $15, $20, $30,000. Stop ripping people off. Give people good prices. You'll get way more business. You don't need to rip people off. He's gonna make $2,500. How long did it take him to install the system?
He was done in 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours, he made $2,500. Are we happy?
Happy.
Okay, now if he charges us $7,000, we're a little less happy. If he charges us $8,000, we're a little less happy. Everybody can make money if you charge the right price. Nobody's got to rip anybody else off. So this goes missing, and we got to get another condenser. He did a great job. He made a bunch of money. We're happy about it. He's happy about it. But you guys who are charging north of $10,000 for this type of a system, shame on you. Yeah, this is a good looking house.
Yeah, it came out nice. It had good bones. It was ugly as sin. Started though.
And who put our system in here, our well system?
Favre.
What did he charge us for this system?
This setup probably was about $4,000 or $5,000.
I'm guessing he's in this thing for probably, this is $600 to $800. Correct me if I'm wrong, well guys. That is probably $400 or $500, maximum $100 in piping. He's in this thing for $1,500. What did he charge us?
About $4,000 or $5,000.
$4,000 or $5,000. We're happy to pay that price. I know whenever you're charging by the line, you're gonna need more pipe, but if we're paying a lot of money for these pumps, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Stop ripping people off. I know the machine costs $800,000, but he probably bought his used. Does it look used?
Oh yeah, it's used.
What's one of those machines you think it's sending back?
Old used one's still gonna be 40, 50, 60,000 bucks for a drill.
How many wells do you think he does for us? 10, 15 a year? So he don't need too many customers. What, have you gotten other bids from other guys?
Oh yeah, he's way better.
What are they charging us?
That one would have run us about $7,000.
So he's saving money, we're making money, everybody's happy about that. Stop ripping people off, well guys. We're at $174,000 all in. I think we gotta give them some things. Did we list it ourselves?
Yep.
List it ourselves, list with freedom. That means Brian makes more money, I make more money. How much money you got in this deal?
How much do I have in it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, good, this is a good deal for you. How much are you making?
20% off.
Did you get paid on the job for doing the work? So he makes money, I make money, everybody makes money. When everybody's worried about only one person making money, nobody makes money. So he's gonna be in this job, he's paid for his time, he's getting 20%, and he asked for it. He said, hey, can I get a piece of the action? Did I say, that's insulting, how dare you?
Nope.
What'd I say?
You don't ever have to look at the job, so.
Yeah, I said, I appreciate you asking. And it told me he was trying to grow and trying to build himself up. And so we started at 10%, any deal that he finds is 20%. And how many of those could you do?
One a month.
How many do you, I mean, as many as you want is the answer, right?
Oh yeah.
Have I ever said no unless it's a stupid deal?
Unless it's a stupid deal, no.
Yeah, so you gotta lay out money for material?
None.
Now, let me ask you, do you think that I could teach people how to flip anywhere?
Anywhere.
Do you think I'm an honest guy?
All the time.
So if you wanna join our program, I'll tell you, he's known me for 14 years. I've been doing this shit a long time, and I've helped at least 24 people make a couple $100,000 flipping real estate, and I've only been doing the coaching thing for 2.5 years. So if you want to do it, this is real deal proof that you can do the exact same thing I'm doing. Anybody can do it, he can do it. If you got a good partnership, you work with the construction guy, you're the finance guy, that's even better situation. Take action, man. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. See you later, guys. Peace.